And tonight, one of the biggest movies of the year, having taken Netflix by storm, is Society of the Snow. It tells the true story of the Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571, which was transporting a rugby team to Chile. It faced problems and crashed into a remote glacier in the heart of the Andes mountain range. Of the 45 passengers on board, only 16 managed to survive. Trapped in one of the most inaccessible and inhospitable environments on the planet, their survival depended on critical decisions, and at one point they were forced to resort to cannibalism to stay alive. Well, the film is winning rave reviews and was watched more than 50 million times in its first 11 days. And we're delighted to say that one of the survivors of the original plane crash in the Andes, Gustavo Zerbino, joins me now. Mr. Zerbino, a privilege to have you on the show. Tell us about your story of survival. How did you do it?
Hello, how are you? A pleasure to be with you. Our story is not a tragedy. We have a lot of a tragedy, and it's not a miracle. We have a lot of a miracle. It's a story of love, solidarity, friendship, and self-vocation. In the Andes, we need to build a caring society where the goods belong to the community. The rules appear and disappear for their own. The first rule was forbidden complaint, and the only goal was to survive, not all the team. But if someone wants to know the real story, I invite them to see the movie The Society of Snow, because Director Bayona is a genius. He managed to ensure that the viewers of the film are inside of the plane when it crashed, buried by the avalanche, so that they feel and experience everything that we experience in the mountain, and understand that love is the greatest energy that exists, and see how we were able to pulverize the limit of that seemed impossible when you bravely overcome fears.
Yes. What mindset did you have to put yourself in order to make it out alive? How did you survive mentally?
First, for us, life continued, and I continue to travel all around the world, giving lectures in the 5 continents, at teamwork, adversity management, and traveling with my family. I learned that the cowards die every day, and the brave dies only one. I learned that possible things take a while, and that impossible things just a little longer. That in life, you have to get up only once time more that you fall, and never give up. I live life preparing for the worst, always hoping the best.
Well, listen, it worked. It worked very successfully. Tell me about your daily life now and the legacy of that accident. What impact has the crash had on your life?
Well, I am a happy person who is grateful every day for being alive with a great vocation of service. I give up every day and have 24 hours to do what I want. I have 4 sons, 2 daughters, and 3 grandchildren. I practice daily gratitude, and I'm grateful every day for the extraordinary family that I have, thanks to my friends who live in my heart.
Well, it's wonderful. It's so wonderful that you're here to tell the story. And your name is Gustavo, and one of your sons is Gustavo Jr., who I understand is with you. So I don't know if we're able to have a word with your son as well. Clearly, he wouldn't exist if it wasn't for your tale of survival. Gustavo, there you are. Nice to meet you. Just as handsome as your father. And you're a bit of a miracle, because you wouldn't be here if your father wasn't so smart and so brave.
That's right. I'm part of the miracle in that way. We are here thanks of my father and all the people that didn't came as well.
Indeed. Listen, what do you think of watching your dad in this movie, having his story being told to millions of people around the world? Your dad is famous now.
For me, he's always famous since I was born.
Yeah.
And I think that this is a story of my father, my family, my community, but it's a story also of the world, and it's a story for everyone, because we learn a lot of the human power and what we can do in extreme moments. So I'm proud of this.
This
Gustavo,
photo is for my mother and my father.
Gustavo. Yes, go on, Gustavo.
This photo is for my mother and my father. Saw me after the crash for the first time. They were so happy to be in front of the son that they think they was dying.
Yes. Well, it was an amazing moment to get you back together. Gustavo, can we talk about cannibalism? Did you have to eat the remains of the people who did not survive?
Well, for us it was a very difficult decision, but we need to choose to live or to die. And the only way to survive in a place that we have nothing to put energy inside was the body of our friends. So we need to discuss a lot until we realize that the only way to survive was to take this very strong decision, but what the best. Gracias, Jose. Thanks for this decision.
Yes.
We came back alive, and the families now have the reality that their sons are dead, but they were so great in the movie of Bayona to see the story of our friend who died, that they tell the story, that the way that we survived, and they support the idea. Nikolic died the avalanche, and he said that he to his mother and his girlfriend, that he asked God from the bottom of his soul that this day never arrived, but this day arrived, and now we need to choose to live eating our friends. And if I die tomorrow, I am going to be happy to share with them my body. This is in a letter that Gustavo Nikolic said to her mother and her boyfriend's girlfriend. So it's very important that this decision, we face the world and the families, because we are very proud to choose to live and not to die.
Well, listen, it's the greatest privilege to meet you, Gustavo. I know that recently you were the president of the rugby union in Uruguay. I know you still love the sport. Have you been on an aeroplane since the crash?
Well, I travel all around the world, in the 5 continents, doing speeches and teamwork and business and adversity management. But I think that to fly in a plane is very, very safe. It's more safe than driving a car. So
well,
I love
Gustavo,
life, and I move
Gustavo,
anywhere.
I'm so proud of you.